Okay, what's going on, everyone? I'm back with another breakdown. This time I'm going to do ETH USD and my overall outlook on this specific crypto. Okay, as you can see, we've already taken a trade here at the 3600 over the weekend, exiting at 3740. And just so no one thinks we're making this up, you can see here on my BitUnex account, we got 100% move on there. I don't know if you can see the entries right there. All right, entries and exits. Let's see if I can dim that down. Okay, no talk. All right, I don't like to talk. You'll notice. I'll show you instead of talking. But let's get right into it. Get rid of all this here. Get rid of this. Now, a lot of people were wondering why ETH had such a massive reaction to the downside. They were expecting higher prices on ETH, which I don't believe so just yet. Now, let me explain that here. Okay, we're going to look at the weekly time frame. Let's get rid of this volume. Let's just leave it, whatever. Okay. As you can see, this is our previous higher low point that made this high here prior to this happening. Okay. We took out these highs, grabbed liquidity, pushed lower, made a higher low, failed to make a new high, giving us a lower high. And then we pushed back lower, grabbing liquidity down in these areas. Okay. So it's a liquidity game. Okay. And obviously, if you saw my gold analysis recently, it looks like ETH is ranging. If you look at the monthly, okay, we got this massive push. That was the last bull run. We got the pullback, higher low, another higher low here. We got a push, and now we are consolidating. Okay, I don't believe there's enough fundamental news. Trump is still not in office as of yet. I believe it's the 18th or the 20th of January. He'll be officially in office. So I don't think anything's going to happen until that point, okay? Because he has a vested interest in himself. He's heavily invested in Bitcoin, in the crypto market as a whole. So I believe we're probably going to see a ranging market here until he comes into office, and then we break above this old high and then continue forward for ETH, okay? But let's get into it. Now, if I scale back down on the weekly, once again, we're playing the range, sweep the liquidity, pushed here. We did get a close above this time, as opposed to here where we got a lower high. We did get a close, okay? And then we got this push down. Why did that happen? If we take a look at the daily time frame, let's get rid of this range, okay? You can see that ETH lost its support level here, or its structure point, right here from December 17th with this massive push down to December 20th. Okay, then we kind of ranged under this area, faked everyone out. Now, why did this happen? As you can see, there is a fair value gap here. Okay, all right, fair value gap. And if you don't believe me, there's a system for it. You can look it up. There's a fair value gap there. And then another one was just created, but we don't know until this candle actually closes for the day. Okay, let's get rid of that. That is a fair value gap, okay? Came right into that point. That is the reason why we had our entry here, right? Where's that coming from? This here, okay? Gotta always be aware of where you're at. This was the previous support level, okay? From this last higher low that we broke through, closing below it, came back up, and we used this same area as support to enter our long positions here. And we got a clean higher low. I waited for a push and a close above this area, which we got. Came back down, tested this area, rejected. We entered right here on the 5th of January. Entered right there. Our stops were right below here, right into that fair value gap, okay? And that's how we were able to get a 100% move. Okay, now what do I see as far as ETH in the current times that we are in now? Okay, again, like I said, everything is liquidity, right? So they grabbed all the liquidity for those that were overly excited, assuming crypto was just going to pump as soon as January came because we got a new president, and the ETF for ETH, ETF for Bitcoin. That is not how it works. All right, guys, you got to be super patient and wait for everything to align. Okay, we had these liquidity levels here. We had this higher low, this higher low, this higher low. And then now we approach this last higher low point as you can see here, there is a lot of consolidation, right? Basically in this general area, okay? Came straight through those areas, liquidating a lot of leverage longs, okay? Because people place their stops here. And one other thing I want to keep in mind is that the weekly open of this week, right? You had a weekly open right here, which I believe is coming down to attack. Okay, so if I put a line there, it's our last liquidity level, and I go back down to my H4 time frame, I believe we'll get a nice push. I mean, they got really close here. This may be the sweep that we were looking for, but I'm going to see how this H4 reacts. I think we would get a bigger push into this, sweeping this liquidity from the weekly open. And if we do that, this is what I'm expecting. A sweep. Let's make this a little bigger. That's ridiculous. Let's put that. I'll make it blue, my favorite color, blue ocean. Okay, a sweep, come back higher, faking out a lower high, coming down, giving us a higher low, and then seeing higher prices. Again, why? Only because we are playing the range that it's currently in. Okay, now that range, once again, if we go to the weekly time frame. Okay, was it the daily? Sorry. Yeah, the daily time frame. We are at the bottom of this range currently. Okay, at the bottom of the range. Okay, on a bigger time scale. Okay, it's this overall area. Okay, this whole area here is our current range. Do I believe we'll see ETH all the way down here at the 2000 area? I doubt it. And why do I doubt that? Because we got this weekly closure here on the 2nd of December. Okay, so what I do believe is going to happen is that we'll play on a smaller range, possibly the H4, kind of bounce around in this area until everything aligns. Okay, kind of bounce in here, play around, and then go up higher. All right, because we are in a bull market. Let's not forget that. I'd be only looking for longs, not shorts. These shorts are happening because of bigger players, liquidations, interest rates, all of that good stuff. Okay. But I am expecting a sweep below, once again, below the 3,300 area, just about. Again, a push back up, a bounce, a fake lower high, giving us a higher low, and then returning back up into these areas to then again grab liquidity in the opposite end. So I will continue to look for buys. Again, buy low, sell high. So I'll be looking at, and I'll keep you guys updated if we do get that failure to return lower, giving us a higher low and going higher. That's all for today, and I'll see you next time. Peace.